Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. I'm Leo, I'm here today with Alison and we're going to be showing you the shadow frame collection.
We're here to share with you these gorgeous collections. They're so mix and match, it's unbelievable. You've got Christmas to mix and match, you've got a day in the park. Shall we just show you?
Let's.
Look at these, this is the starting one. Oh my word. Look at the depth in that. If I tilt it forward.
So many layers.
There's 4 layers in there. Plus you can decorate the back. Look at the back of this as well. Look at that. This is something. This could also be something. It'll fold flat. So if you're sending it in the post, it's not extra postage there. And then you just pop it back up. So they will also fit into your memory books. They can be pages in your memory book as well. And you could have little photos perhaps sat in the background.
Nice, yeah.
Different idea, isn't it? Shall we show the die set?
Let's have a look at how
that
these
will
are
make
made.
a little bit more sense then, wouldn't it?
So we've got 2 sets of dies in this collection. So the first one is this, and this is what's going to make your main shadow frames. So you can see here that we've got the piece that's going to give you your side panels. So if I just pop this off the magnet, this is never easy for me to do.
It's not. Do you want me to
There we go, I got
it.
So you can see there is the main die. So this is going to be your back and front panel and then your side panel. So you're going to need 2 of these to make your box. That's the base part. And then you've got all of these layers that you can add in as many really as you want to. You can, go mad. You could probably, you could definitely extend the side if you wanted to add more layers.
Absolutely.
But these have really nicely got glue tabs. They make, I normally make my shadow frames by hand and, score them all myself, but this has all been done for you.
You haven't got to do anything.
I love it. And they all have this lovely matching sort of scalloped edge that's going on. It's really pretty. Obviously, these are all Verso dies for you as well. So you do have an inner layer. And then you've got your pattern as well. If I just pull this,
You could use some pattern paper layers, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely you could. So if I pop this to one side as well, you can see this is then going to give you, with your outer layer, this is going to give you sort of these nice columns in the side. And then you've got this section in the bottom where you can add in a sentiment.
Hang on, there we are. So that one has got the columns. And then we'll show you the next one when we come to it.
But you've also then got a whole bunch of sentiments that you can add in on the front or the back, depending on how you want to do this. So you've got thank you, we've got a just for you, a with love, hello friend, and there's a lot of alien speak going on this. I'm thinking of you. There we go. I just need to turn it sideways.
And we've got another one here.
Oh, get well soon.
There we are.
I speak good alien these days.
You do. But you've also got a little die as well.
That's it. So you can cut your sentiments out if you don't want to cut them in. If you wanted to layer them on, that is also an option for you.
So that pop that one there, that is cut into the card. And then if I bring this one in, this one is layered.
So you can mix and match those up.
Nice little ideas there. And this one is just using the smaller die.
Yeah.
So this is just a plain card with layers.
I love a shaped card.
Let me bring that over there so you can have a little peep. What a lovely idea there.
It's really cute. I love that. So you also have a second front panel if you wanted to have a different pattern. So instead of your columns, you can have this lovely lattice work that we've got going on here. And then you've got all of your actual sort of shadow frames, if you like, as well. So we've got a little park scene here. You've got a bench and a little hedge here, and a little set of string lights. You've got this lovely fence and then this separate night sky piece. Now they are completely separate, so you can cut your night sky into any of these or just into its own layer if you wanted to, and have, I don't know, you could cut it in navy and have some like yellow card behind it or something to have all of that coming through.
Just looking if we have one. Having a little look what we've got now.
Any that have cut in, we'll have a look in a second. You've also got then like a city skyline, so all of your little windows are cut into here for you. And then we have sort of the other half of the park scene. We've got this little lamppost and a tree and some more sort of greenery up the side.
I don't know how far... Oh, right. How far in can you see there? Can you see right at the very back?
Yeah.
If I tilt it, that's the lights, the stars and the sky and the moon looking absolutely gorgeous.
Really pretty. And of course you can make these as simple or as complicated as one. So you could use all 4 of these different scenes and layer up one card. Or you could just use the same one over and over if you wanted to build up. I think there is one sample here, I'll see if I can find, that just uses this sort of cityscape over and over again, which is brilliant.
Hang on, let's have a minute.
Yeah, there we go, I've got it.
Yeah?
Yeah. So you could just do a really simple one. There we go. So you can see they've just layered that same cityscape.
That's New York, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That has to be New York.
It's been flipped. I'm going to say yes, it has, looking inside here. So, if you're happy to have sort of the back side of the card showing, obviously it's in the middle of your card, you're not really going to see it. So it's fine to cut it the other way around, not a problem. But yeah, look at all of those little buildings in there. I love that.
That is lovely.
And, that is, like you say, absolutely New York, all of those buildings stacked
on
top of each other.
Have you got someone that's going to New York? Someone that's travelling?
Or moving?
Yeah,
wow,
could be. Could be. Oh,
very nice. So that is the sort of base creator. That's your shadow frame collection. And then you've got the add-on.
I have. So we've gone Christmassy. There's a surprise.
It's July, of course.
It's got to be Christmas. But that gives you longevity for this die set, I think. That is going to take you for most of the year. And this is going to take you for Christmas then.
Absolutely.
So in this one, we have, let me take those out. So we have your little town going up the hill. So that will layer, if I pick these dies up, once you put them on this magnetic sheet.
And then you regret everything. So you do. Pick them up, yeah.
So the other houses will go straight across the back and these will go on a slope up the front. So behind that then, or in front of it rather, you can add your little snowman. And then you have a Christmas tree. So you could either pop that at the back. Hang on, let's move all these now. So that could be at the back. But it can be anywhere. It could be in between the houses. This is your card. You decide where everything goes. So if we pop it between the houses, the other houses go on top. And then your tree can either go at the front.
I think if you had your tree at the front, it'd almost be like you're looking through your window out into the kind of wintry landscape, wouldn't it?
If you put it at the back, you still get the tree, but you do lose your snowman. So it depends, do you want to see the snowman or don't you? But have a little play. And again, flip it. Because if you flip it, then your tree is going to be on the opposite side.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can have a little play. So that is your main dies. So you have the Christmas tree, Santa with his reindeers, and your little town. But you could snip these out. It may be that you don't want Santa going across the sky. Just chop him out. Do you won't mind, honest? You really won't mind.
He'll still come back at Christmas.
Yes, he'll still say you've been a good boy or a good girl, whichever. You've got another little moon and stars, which is a little tiny one that you could just slot into the sky at any point. So it would go with the tree or this one. And then you have the North Star.
It's gorgeous.
That's pretty as well, isn't it? On top of that, then you have 2 sentiments. So you have Winter Wishes and Merry Christmas. And they work in the same way as the last lot. You've got a panel to layer them onto, or you cut them into the front of your card. And then we have Fairy Lights. And these are different to the other ones. And we also have Tiny Stars.
I love that one.
But these can be all layered up, can't they? Where's the one where they're all across the front?
Somewhere.
There is. Have I got it over here? I know the one I'm looking for.
This one?
No, that wasn't the one, but that's pretty.
Yeah,
that
so
one is
there's
pretty.
a little example of those little lights. You can see there's a couple of different strings of those lights, but roughly in the same place, same with the Christmas tree, just to give it that little bit of added depth.
I can't find the one I'm thinking of.
Here you go.
But there's the stars. So you add them to the top of the card, around the sides. You pop them wherever you want to, all over if you really want to.
Why not?
It's Christmas.
Absolutely.
You can do what you like.
More is definitely more.
Oh, I think so.
That looks like a Christmas display in a shopping centre.
It does.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. But they're so, so pretty. And again, I'm interested to see what you're going to make with these.
Definitely. I love on this as well. So on the Christmas one, your outer edges are stitched. So
yes.
You've got a matching set for your sentiment piece and for your sort of frame here. And then on this one, you've got just a straight edge. And then you do have this one's kind of dotted.
I think it's a debossed dot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. On that one
one
as well. So you've got a couple of different options as well.
Absolutely. And they'd all mix and match.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to have the lamppost and the tree with the snowman,
absolutely, you
can do that with maybe the Christmas tree in the background. You pick and choose which ones you want to swap and change with.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be such a joy to do.
Absolutely, and every single one could be different. Because
yes.
At this point, you could have so many different options. I mean, just looking around us, all of the different ones that we've got. And you want to have a closer look at some more?
The other bit I haven't said is you've got 2 snowflakes as well.
Yes.
2 beautiful snowflakes.
Yeah, they're really cute as well.
So I'm going to bring a couple of these in now, bring a couple of different ones in. Let's take that out the way. So look at the detail. Whoops, look at the detail on this one.
To
me. There we are. So we have the pillars on the side. Then we've got lattice on the other side. But on the back, Vicky's made this one and she's cut another card to go on the back of it. So you've got somewhere to write.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I love there's a little shaker in the middle of that as well. With that confetti in there, look at it.
Hang on. Let's give it a little...
Got a shaker.
There we are. If I tilt it down slowly, you can see it all moving.
There it is.
Oh, beautiful. That is gorgeous.
String of stars as well, just across the top above the tree. Just hidden.
So pretty.
I love it.
So pretty. So the middle one for the shaker, if I turn it that way, it's the one with the green back here and the front. And it's held, I'm hoping you can see it. You see the foam in between there?
So just a bit of acetate behind. Nice and simple.
Yeah, and then taped together then with some foam.
Very nice.
Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Vicky.
Love that. What else have I got over here? Oh, this is a lovely little one. So this is like a little kind of evening city scene, but from a park. So you've got that nice little lamppost, the tree, the little fence in the background, and then the cityscape behind.
Excuse me.
And I love this one's when done in black as well. I think it's really quite eye-catching with the black and the pale blue on there.
But have you got a friend that you met in the park and you sat and you had a chat and you're thinking of them?
I love it.
That's a very specific send card for.
Maybe.
No, but you're thinking of them, but that's where you met them. That's your memories with them.
You meet up with them on a regular basis in the park, and, you know, that's kind of your thing. Could be.
It doesn't have to be a park. You've got a cityscape there as well.
Very true. Very true. Now this one doesn't have a solid back, so it's open all the way through. Which I think that is idea. Lovely. So you've got a little hedge in there. You've got little strings of lights. Well, stars in this one, and they're not the lights. Maybe a little lamppost in the front as well. Yeah, so it's just for you on the front, and then with love on the back as well. Super
beautiful.
Cute.
We've got one here that's all been done in one colour. Everything, all this is cut out of craft card. And the white is added on with a gel pen.
Yeah. Just a little accent to kind of highlight.
So pretty. So
Really
pretty.
like that.
Thank you, Laura. All the little bits on the top of the reindeers, on top of the fence, it's all done with a white gel pen. So if you're feeling, yeah. But this could be any colour as well. It doesn't have to be craft card. If you've only got one card available to you, give it a go.
Absolutely.
Give it a go. So that was really pretty.
Which one have I not shown you? There's another little city and parkscape going on here. So a slightly lighter version than before. So you can see the city in the background there, hopefully just about in the grey. Little park bench in the hedge.
That's lovely.
It's really cute. But it's basically the same scene as this one, but in completely different colours, and it gives it a different look entirely.
It depends on which part you put the emphasis on, isn't
Yes.
it? Which part do you bring further forward? Do you bring the skyline forward? Do you bring the park bench? Do you bring the tree forward? Where do you want your emphasis going? And that's the one you put at the front. There's one here as well. Look at the colours in this. So the outside is kept really plain, and all the emphasis is on the middle of the card. So your tree on this one has been cut out. So the Christmas tree here has been trimmed out and just added in later. So everything is kept very white inside with little accents. All these little decorations on the top have been trimmed out and added onto the white layer as well. Really pretty.
Very clever.
Thank you, Sue.
Trying if I've got any more on here that we haven't seen already.
I've got this one here. You know, if you've got some Christmas paper pads, because sometimes they've got these lovely little pictures, they can be added in as well. What a gorgeous idea. This is from Shilpa. Really, really pretty idea. So don't forget, bring everything into your crafting.
Have a look at your stash and see what you've got already.
Absolutely.
So I've got a very cute little Christmassy scene going on here. So your little snowman is in the front, and then you've got the Christmas tree, and then the little village in the background, and Santa and his sleigh is back there, I promise. It's very hard to see these, I think, because they are so deep. Trying to get all of them to really show up well, not so easy. But I love the paper piecing down the front as well with the mirror cardstock on there.
Stunning.
I love it. That was from Angela, that one.
So this one, we've got a golden cream layer.
Really nice.
I'm hoping you can see Santa because he's been drop shadowed. So there's a little peak of gold coming from underneath him. But everything on this is done in either white or gold. So if you've got a lot of whites that have got different, either a sheen on them, so if you put a sheen with a plain white, or maybe they've got a texture, because this is on the top here, if I turn that around, is one of our handmade papers. It brings more detail into your card. So even though everything is white, you see it all differently.
Yeah.
So another really nice idea. And again, this is an Angela card.
Always
and she's decorated the back as well. So pretty. So pretty. What else have I got here? Look at this one. This is one from Vicky. So again, look at the lights all coloured in.
I have a feeling all of this has been coloured.
I think this has as well. So with the skyline, with the blocks, the flat blocks, she's coloured the centre one in grey and left the two outer ones in white. So it gives it more depth again, I think. It looks like you've popped another layer in there. Use all the ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
That is so pretty. Have I showed them all now? Have I shown this one? I don't think I have. So again, this is another idea. So the emphasis is on the tree and the fence on this one, and everything in the background then is mainly white. So ever so pretty. Really, really gorgeous samples.
And as you can see, they're all very different, just from using different papers or layering.
Got to show this as well.
Got to show that one.
Got to show this one. This is coloured as well.
It's a good technique, Liz. Use your white cardstock and colour in all the different details.
So these are done with alcohol markers, but they could equally have been done with pencils.
Mm-hmm.
So everything cut, like we say, in white, and then added a bit of colour to it. You could add a little bit of glitter here and there, couldn't you?
There's glitter in that one.
Yeah, I think there is on there.
Yes, there is glitter added. Little bit on the front here and inside. That is so pretty. I'm loving these. Really loving them. I just want to keep showing you.
I think
I've
I've so
shown
many
you
on
all.
your side. Have you
I
seen
know, I'm
this? I've
sorry,
got,
I
like,
hogged them all.
6. And
I'm
Nell's got
sorry.
60 on her side.
I'm sorry. Look at the shadow in this one.
Oh,
The
that's
shadow created in
gorgeous.
the back. I told that. I love that.
Really clever. Nice bit of... Is that paper piecing going on? It's bound to be.
I think, hang on. No, I think it's coloured. I really think it's coloured. So we've gone from white layers to black layers on this one.
Like silhouettes is a classic thing, isn't it? You know,
Oh,
a bit
yeah.
of colour in the background and then just layer on the black for your detail. I love that.
What are you going to make with these? Have you got any ideas? What are you seeing in them? Are you thinking, yes, I like the Christmas ones and I'm going to layer them up, but then I want to make cards then to send throughout the year, quite flat ones, almost like this one. What? Oh, as I drop it. What are you thinking? What's jumping out at you when you think, yes, that's definitely what I'm going to try? Tell us.
Yeah, absolutely. Tag us. Pop it in the Facebook group or tag us on Instagram or any of your other social medias, wherever you share your projects. We'd love to see how we've inspired you, and how the creative team have inspired you,
Absolutely.
and what you're going to do with those, and how you're going to build up your own little scenes. Because I think every single one is going to end up being different depending on the order in which you put them.
I think I gave you a quick little peep of this. The background on the front of this one is done with inks.
Mm-hmm.
So gradiate the inks. Then I cut the centre out and pop the centre right at the back. I don't know whether you can see
It's
that.
kind of like a sunset.
Yeah. Have a play. Have a little play. What are you seeing in there?
So now we're going to pop over to Karen and she's going to show you how to put one of these together.
So let's put this shadow frame together. What I've already done is cut all the pieces. Let me I'll put my dice out here actually so that I can grab the pieces so I can show you what I've cut. So to begin with, you need 2 of these. This is going to be your front and back. You need, well, I'm using 3 layers, so I need 3 of these. So this is my 1, 2, 3 layers for the inside. I also used the layer to cut this because this is going to go on my front, and I've used the sentiments and all of the different, well, I've used 3 out of the 4 patterns inside. So this is where it gets not complicated, but I think you'd like to know how I've cut this. So let me look for my outer edge that I've used, and it's here, and I'll take one of these off, because when we cut an aperture, if we haven't got the die already built in, we need to make sure we get it in the same place all the time. So that is when we use the other dies in the set for placement. So I place this one on, just hold it in place. I pop this one in, I put my tape on it, then I take this one away. And that is how I've cut that. The same with these, exactly the same way to do them. So you get the die there again. And for this one, it was the tree that's here. So you get your dies, you place that centrally, you pop your decorative die in the centre, you take this one away, and then you've got the placement correct, and you run that through your die cutting machine. And that's what I've done for each of them. I have already paper pieced this because you don't want to watch me paper piecing. Done that before. That was a nightmare. And also I've cut my hello friend, and I've cut the sentiment twice, once in craft card, once in cream. I've shadowed them, the cream behind the craft, just to give you a little highlight, and I've layered that onto the pink that I've used here. Right, so let's get cracking and putting this together. I've still got a little bit of colouring to do on this one here. I've already coloured these. I've gone for all cream card. The only layer I've used of card has been this grey here for the buildings. But again, I've cut it in the cream, and I've cut it again with the outer edge, with the oval, with the arched outer edge, and I've just glued that on top. With the bench, I've cut it again with some double-sided sticky film on the back of this, so I didn't have to glue it. I've trimmed him out, and I've just glued the bench on top, again, leaving a little highlight. So I just think that adds a little bit to it there. But with the rest of it, we're just colouring. So I've got some of our markers here. What have I used? That's the thing, isn't it? Because I haven't got my swatch sheet now. But I am a person who doesn't colour. So this is colouring for people who don't colour. So you go over with a lighter one, you scribble, you do, honestly, you don't colour, you just add, you're adding colour. And then we blend that in with a little bit of a lighter one again. So that will give us a little bit of a mid-tone in there. Try to keep as neat on your edges as you can, but you won't really see that close to the edge. So I just use the die where the metal has been as a guide, because you know when you pop them through your die cutting machines, there's going to be, this one will do. So then I'm going to dot and put some colour here. Because leaves are not all the same colour, are they? They're not all the same green.
No, they're not.
We'll blend that in with another green. Just take it down a little bit. And it gets rid of all those sharp edges. So you just get a little bit of mottled colour. And that is my colouring for people who don't colour.
We should definitely do a tutorial on colouring for die cutters.
Do you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah. And I add some dots of a very dark one as well. We made the packaging samples so long ago that I can't remember what I did. So I brought up the package sample, and I thought, I'll have a little look. This will be fine. Fine, of course, I've done it before. It's fine. Yeah, it was not fine because I couldn't remember what I did. So I've just done a bit of colouring for people who don't colour. What is that? I
would have just coloured in one colour and wouldn't have bothered with any highlights or shadows.
Oh, would you? So yeah. That's to me, that's colouring for people who can't colour. So I've used flat colour, obviously, for these little lights here. Just a nice little blue, a lemon and a pink. Across there, I've coloured the light here in 2 shades of grey. I don't colour, so, and I don't ink either. So this is inking for people who don't ink as well. So those are my coloured pieces ready to go. I'm going to show you how I position everything. So I'm just going to go across the desk there. These are the colours of ink I've used. Again, inking for people who don't ink. Use my brushes. I inked across. I didn't even come from a glass mat or anything. I just went because I knew I only wanted a small portion in the centre. So I inked. I've got 3 colours here. I inked some exotic orchid and some carrot stick and some rubber duck. And then you just go over the last colour. So, I had a line there. So I went over with the yellow and I sort of blended that in a little bit. Come down here, I had a bit of a line, so I blended again with the yellow and brought that down, and it just seemed to make it disappear. So this is Nouveau for beginners. I don't use Nouveau. Leo is our Nouveau girl. I am not the Nouveau girl. But obviously we need to use it in smaller pieces in our work anyway. So that's what I did. I used the outer edge of the oval. I put it on. I thought, do I want more orange? Do I want more purple? That's where I settled. I ran that through my die cutting machine and I've got that. And that's my sunset. I don't think it looks too bad.
I think it looks lovely.
Do you?
Yeah.
Righty-ho. So I'm going to, when you think of the way this card is going to be, you've got your back, 2 sides, and your front. So you're going to join them up, plain and simply, like that. But I'm going to want my sunset centered properly, the same way as all of the other pieces have been centered. So I'm going to get some glue, put some gluey on the back, just a little, and I am going to line this up there. We've got a very squeaky desk today. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to place that in the centre because it's the same outer edge I've used for everything. Place that there, take that away, and then that is going to be in the right place. I mean, you can move it up, move it down.
Shake it all around.
You can, should you wish, Mr. Alex, you can put it wherever you want to. But that is where I want mine. And next I am going to glue my sides in. So we've got, the way you do these is you glue on the one side, fold it down, glue your next one in. Which order do they do these? I have the lamp at the front. Right, so we glue the next one in, and then we fold them down, and then we glue the last one in. And this is where, the reason I'm placing them here is because I want to judge my distance from the front, because you can, I think you probably fit 4 in here, but I only want 3. So I'm judging my distance, and I think, yeah, that's about right. Because if I've got any spare room, I want that to be at the back, because I've got that nice sunset. I want to be able to see it. So I'm going to start putting these in place. Let's have a little look. And so we're going to line up with the edges of our tabs there. We'll make sure we're straight by looking at this line here, the crease line here. So we can see that's looking quite straight there, and we can also line up with the base just to make sure. If I had my creaser, I didn't bring my craft creaser down. If I had my craft creaser, I would have given that a really good crease. So the glide, the smooth glide creaser. Okay, next one going in. We're going to kind of butt it up to the last one, so, you know, not leave much of a gap there. So I'll put some glue on this tab here. Pop that on there. Don't overlap the tabs because it's just going to be, it's going to be too thick that way. And then you can make sure you're lined up. So I've checked against this one, it looks straight there. I'm going to check here, make sure we're straight there. That's looking, it's looking quite straight there, and I would have burnished that down a bit better if I had had my craft greaser, which I do not.
That's another thing we need to get in this studio then, isn't it?
Definitely. I do use it a lot. It's just, you know, when you're trying to pick things up off your desk and you've got an array of dies scattered around.
Well, the thing is, you have your essentials, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and it is an essential. It really is. So my last layer now, I'm just lining up there.
They'll probably be a weekender soon, so you can just stick it in your pocket.
Stick it in your pocket. Well, I have got one on my desk, so I wouldn't be
Stick
so
it in my
rude
pocket,
as
then.
it in your pocket. Yeah, we'll acquire that one for down here. Actually, the one that's on my desk is for the weekender, maybe.
Oh, is it?
We'll have a nice one in the packet already. Right. So that is, you can see you've got all your pieces layered. Are we going to go front there?
Oh, look at that.
Doing. Right, I cannot see because I've got my reading glasses on. So is that all lined up?
I think
Are
so.
we looking okay?
I think so.
Right, so we're going to stick the other side on now. So if we... I think I might decorate this one while it's flat. Because we came a cropper with that the other day, if you remember rightly.
I do. For something that's not out yet. So
For something that's not out
forget
yet.
you heard that.
Yeah, you didn't hear that. Oh, we always come a cropper with our layering. So what I've done is I've cut the outer edge. I've cut the craft layer with double-sided adhesive film because I didn't feel like gluing all these little bits. So, hey, look, if you're going to be honest, you're going to be honest, aren't you? So I cut that with double-sided adhesive on the back of it, and the same with all of my paper piecing pieces today. Because I was in a bit of a rush and I wanted to try and get it done as quickly as possible. It wasn't quick at all. I cut these with adhesive film on as well, and I just popped them straight in. And the same with this. In fact, too much adhesive film because there's adhesive on the wrong one here. So I put the adhesive on the pink as well, and you can see it's just sticking to my fingers, which is why I had to put foam pads on it ready. So we're just going to add our decoration. I've got the 25mm pads that I've cut down for here. I'm just going to pop these over to the side so I can make a nice mess in Alex's studio.
If you're only going to buy one adhesive pad, what size do you get?
25.
Yeah, always cut down.
Always cut down because, as you can see there, I had room for one big pad in the centre there. I could have layered a few of the smaller ones and it wouldn't have been a problem. It's just the fact that I had that on my desk, which is why that's the one I've used. We never ever go looking for anything else. We always make do with what's there. Right, so just line this up and having to go directly over the top so I can try and line it up properly. Hopefully that is... Wait, I can put... No, I'll put it on now. I'll put it on now. I'm only asking for trouble trying to put on something 3D, and I...
Yes.
And there's my hello friend. But don't forget with these, you can make memory books.
I was going to say it looks like a book.
Yeah, exactly. These are your pages in your book.
Yeah.
So you can make memory books simply by using this as the spine. And you can put one of our spine dies, the die cuts, onto there and pop your leaves in, because you could have them slightly smaller. You can use the layer then as the pages. So that is slightly smaller inside. It would be perfect, absolutely perfect to do that, because your pages always tend to stick out if you do them the same size, because you've got the thing there. So that's what I would do with that. So I'm going to glue this one in. So we'll add some adhesive and pop that in place there. Just down the side. A little bit of adhesive there. A little bit too much there, actually. I think we're going to have some squidgy adhesive at the bottom, Alex, which is why I'm doing it this way, so it'll go on the glass mat.
Yeah. I was going to say something that sounded rude, so I decided not to say it.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you off air.
Tonic after dark.
Tonic after dark.
Okie dokie.
Well, tell us in the comments if you want to hear me saying dirty things.
One for the TikTok.
Perhaps I'll start my own ASMR account. Or just me saying dirty things.
I think we won't be doing that, Alex. I think we will not. Right, so to get these all lined up, it's very, very simple.
Oh, really? I'm curious about this because it looks solid.
Right, it is not. So we add glue here. So these are all of my tabs. We add glue here, and we add glue here. I know, did you see me working it out first though? Because obviously now these tabs are going, because these cards fold flat, so these tabs are going to be sticking onto the other side piece. So you just fold him over.
Oh, wow.
And hold it down.
Oh, it is clever.
And we make sure they're stuck before we lift. We let the glue do its work.
I'm gonna be Alison Leo now and say I think it's ingenious.
Absolutely ingenious.
One of her favourite words.
Ingenious. It is ingenious. It is. It's such an easy card to make. And then when you pop it up, you can fold it down that way. Make sure your score lines are all there. And your last thing to do is
stick the front down.
Close the front down. And that is it. So we'll just add some glue onto that tab.
I love this die set though.
Do you know what? We made the packaging. I can glue this one flat as well. We made the packaging. All three of us made one each upstairs, and I love it when we do that. I love working on the same stuff. You know, when there's the three of us now. I love working on the same thing because that way we've got three different ideas. And there is my finished card.
Oh, lovely. And I think because you've got, 4 different patterns to go inside?
I've got 3 inside there. You can see I've got more of a gap at the back, but that's only because that was by design. I wanted to be able to see.
The sky's further away anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the sky's quite far away, so it can be in the distance.
No, but I wanted to see that. So if you have more of a gap, you've got more of a chance of seeing it, haven't you? So, and you can't tell that was coloured by a person who doesn't colour, I don't think.
No, let us know in the comments, but please be nice.
Yeah.
Hashtag be kind.
Always be kind. But yeah, that is how to put together your shadow frame creator die. So that is a simple 3-dimensional card. It's all done for you. No measurements, no scoring. The only thing I haven't done is added any pattern onto the sides, but you could do that as well. Just take the pattern dies and pop those right here. Cut those, lay them, and put them on the sides there. I just ran out of time. I hope that's helped you today. Thanks for joining me.
So these are available now on our website, so you can go and grab those for yourself. Don't forget, if you are a Kit subscriber, you've got that handy TCK code, so you get your 10% off. Make sure you do use that on every order. I mean, 10% off, it's a huge deal.
It is. It
Great
is.
discount to have.
You wouldn't say no,
everything.
would you?
Definitely not.
Not to anything.
No. And of course you can pay in installments as well. So you've got ShopPay, ClearPay and PayPal available to you. So pop these in your basket, check them out and play, and don't forget to show us what you've been doing. Hope this has inspired you. Make sure that if you are watching us on YouTube, you are subscribed to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss every time we post a new video. And we'll see you again very soon. Happy crafting.
Bye.